Hey everyone, it's Cecilia. Wanted to do a reading on what is ours to know for, I guess, the next 6 months, 3 to 6 months. There's a lot of big changes happening around in the U.S. right now. Some of it, well, a lot of it unpleasant for many people. And so we want to know what is ours to do, what is ours to know. Okay. Now, I read cards a little bit differently than most people. I don't have, like some people use, what do you call it? The Celtic cross, or Celtic cross, they call it. I'm sorry. Others do a little bit thing, but I don't do that. I pull cards for as long as Spirit tells me to pull cards, and I analyze them. And that seems to be what works best for me. I didn't always do that, but somewhere along the line I did that. So I want to ask Spirit and angels and guides, what is ours to know? What do we need to know? And my hands hurt today, so I'm having a little trouble shuffling cards. But anyway, I am an intuitive. I feel a lot of energy. I have other gifts as well, but I do feel energy. And one of the things that I did notice when all the EOs, the executive orders, started rolling out, people had a lot of anxiety. And it made it difficult for me to function because I was feeling all this energy everywhere I went. A lot of despair, a lot of worry. Some people were giddy, but a lot of worry from most people, especially the elderly. And people with young children. But now the energy has shifted, and it has moved to more of angry. Anger is very big. Now I can deal with anger. When I was feeling everybody's fear and anxiety, it was just too much for me. I spent a lot of time trying to sleep and being in bed, shutting myself away from people because it was just too much, except for it followed me here. I can feel energy anywhere. It's like it's a big scoop of energy, but it's stronger when I'm near people. So what I did was I did a lot of staying in bed. If I didn't have to work, I wasn't even getting anything done. I was starting to get depressed. Anger actually makes me feel more motivated. I can't explain it, but that is what I feel. But anyway, let's ask Spirit. Spirit, please guide us. Tell us the truth. Let us know what is ours to know. Now, real quick, I do want to point out that this is all based on energy. At this moment in time, anything can and will change because humans have free will. And so this is only based on right now, at this date, at this time. And that's the thing that, we got a card pop out. Always take something that pops out, means it wants to be known. Okay, this is the Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles can be money, or and this is in reverse. I mean, it's upright for you, but it's reverse to me, and I'm the reader. So, lost opportunity. Oh, I was saying Pentacles are about either financial security or emotion, or not emotions, but general wellness. You know, yeah. So it says lost opportunity, missed chances, lack of investment, lack of planning, and foresight. Now, it could be part of the reading or not, but sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. So we'll kind of remember that one. Okay. The cards are always right. Sometimes my interpretation is wrong, or I get a feeling that is different than what some people get. A lot of times when cards flip out, it's because I have trouble holding them. And it's not really that it's trying to reach out. Okay, so let's go get started. We're asking angels and guides and spirit to tell us the truth. What is ours to know? For the next, well, I guess let's ask for the what is ours to know for 3 to 6 months. What do we need to know? Okay, so let's take a look. The Chariot. Okay, it's about movement, control, departure, courage. Everything is moving quickly and moving fast. Okay. The Six of Wands. This is a nostalgia card about familiarity, happy memories. The Two of Wands. Okay. It's in reversed. Okay. This is about fear of the unknown, fear of change, playing it safe. The Knight of Wands. Inspired action, energy, fearless impulsiveness. And the Tower. Tower is not good. Sudden change, upheaval, chaos, disaster, awakening of what is going on, sudden insight of what is going on. This is the Ten of Wands. Tens are endings. Okay, they're ending cards. Burden, extra responsibility, hard work. Nine in reversed. Struggle, overwhelmed, on edge, exhausted. And with that comes fatigue and lack of motivation. Seven of Swords. Okay. Self-imposed restriction. Imprisonment. Negative thoughts. we're going to go into more detail of these. I just wanted to. Six of Wands in reverse. Ego. A lot of ego in there. Lack of confidence. Unpopular. This is the Devil, but it's in reverse. This is about releasing limiting beliefs. Freedom. Restoring control. Okay, so I might have to pull some clarifier cards. So let's talk about these. Right now, everything is moving very fast. Okay. And we're going to see a lot of burden and hard work. Extra responsibilities. So this was a nostalgia card. We want familiarity. I get quiet sometimes because I hear spirits sometimes clarify things for me. Because sometimes when I look at the cards, it's not always clear, or I think, because this is for entertainment purposes only, but sometimes when the cards are never wrong, but I might not be interpreting right. And I might have to like ask spirit to help me out because I might not be understanding things. Okay. Okay, let me. And at the base of the deck, I forgot to read the base deck. I always look at the base of the deck. It is the Page of Wands. Pages are messengers. Okay. And this one is freedom, excitement, inspiration, discovery, limitless potential. Okay, so let's see how these cards match together. Getting a reflection from the light, so please excuse me because I'm trying to see. When I read, I put the cards out and then I move them and the way they're connected to tell me a story. And that's what I'm figuring out. Sometimes this is a little bit of a slow process. Okay. Okay, this is what I have. Remember, I told you that when I pull cards, I don't have a set way to pull them because it's not how it works for me. Every reader does things differently. When I try to do layouts where we're talking about, the only way layout works for me is if I'm doing past, present, and future. But otherwise, it doesn't work for me. Past, present, and future. The past and present I always get right. And the future, the card based on how it turns out. But in this kind of a reading, not doing a personal reading, this is a collective reading. And so we're going to talk about, this is the story that I am getting from these cards. Everything is moving quickly. Really, really quickly. And okay, yes. Okay. Everything is moving quickly. All the executive orders, the things that Congress wants to put into place. And it's going to cause chaos and disaster. Okay. Let's see. Now, see, I just heard from Spirit. This needs to stand alone. Okay. See, this is how it works for me. I know it's kind of unorthodox from previous readers, and that's why it takes me so long sometimes to read, but that's not the case. So anyway, let's go back. Everything's moving quickly between Congress and the bills that are being presented along in the budgets coming up and all the executive orders. But there's a tower moment. It's going to be a sudden change. Disaster. Chaos. We're in this right now. We don't know what's going to get passed, and by the time it plays itself throughout the courts, it is causing chaos right now because money is being held, even though, well, we know it's illegal to do so because it's already been allocated. But food pantries are no longer passing out food in some areas. Some places are seeing increase in their electric bill because they're no longer getting government funding to help the poor. That was in Alabama, I do believe. There's chaos with the farmers because funding cut to USAID, USAID, and food is rotting in ships because there's nobody to unload them. Farmers are going to lose income. And because of all this, we're going to have burden. So let's move this over. We're going to have burden. Okay. We're overwhelmed. We're on edge. We're exhausted. There's fatigue. It's just all too much. All at once. It's like they're flooding the zone. But people are having a really, really, really hard time with that. Spirit, just send me. Thank you, Spirit. This goes here. This is unpopular. What's happening is unpopular. Okay. See how this works? When I start talking it out, I hear things in my head. It says, no, you got it in the wrong spot. Or this is how this is. And then I have to go back to the beginning. I know it sounds kind of quirky and weird, but this is just how it works for me. Everything is going quickly. All this chaos. It's unpopular. Very unpopular with the people. Okay. Actually, goes here. For some people, it's going to feel like a burden, and they're harder work than normal. Tens are ending cards usually, but the person's burdened. You're going to have to work harder, maybe get second jobs, third jobs, because they got too much, they've got to, you're going to have to work very hard. Struggle, overwhelmed, they're on edge, exhausted, fatigue. Fear of the unknown, fear of the change. Some people are going to try to play it safe, cutting back on their spending, maybe growing a garden, learning how to process their own food, like canning and dehydrating. For some people, there's some lack of planning on how to deal with all of this. There's nostalgia here, reminiscing. When they didn't have to worry. They don't have to worry. While the economy wasn't working for everybody, for a great many people, they were doing okay. And they're nostalgic for that time period. This is a card of not only negative thoughts and self-imposed restrictions. It's not really that self-imposed restriction. I'll go over that in a minute, but entrapment. They feel trapped in this. They feel trapped. But I want you to notice something about this card. She's not surrounded by these swords. That's why it's self-imposed. It seems self-imposed. But and she's bound loosely. So she could probably wiggle right out of this. She's not enclosed in here and take off this. But I kind of think this also, I mean, there's this victim mentality and entrapment. I think this has to do with the lies that they believed, that some people believed. Promises that were said that are not really being kept. So they feel like they are a victim. But once they take off all of this and see that they're not surrounded, all of a sudden they've got energy. They're inspired to action. They become fearless. This must be part of the anger that I'm feeling. They're moving ahead. They become passionate. They're going to be releasing limited beliefs. Beliefs that, oh, there's nothing I can do. But they're going to restore control. They, as a constituent, as a voter, and they're resented. They're resentful right now of what is going on. Just like this, where she's not bound. Here, even though this is a reverse for me, but if you look at this, you can see their hands are not bound. They can just lift those chains off of their neck and move on. The victim mentality that they had and the anger that they're feeling. I mean, they were lied to. They feel they were lied to. And They're being inspired. They feel inspired now to act, and they become fearless. And they've got the energy, and they become passionate. And they're going to take control back. People are going to take control back. Potential. There's potential here. Excitement, freedom. But it can't be done alone. Okay. It's going to take everybody working together, putting aside differences. It's going to be hard work. Okay. It's going to be hard work. It's about responsibility. Our responsibility to take back what is ours. Which leads us to new beginnings. New beginnings. A fresh new start. Optimism. So it is going to take all of us working together to get to this. We're going to have to set aside differences. We're all going to be feeling this lack of control. All this legislation and the EOs that are being signed in that, it's affecting all of us, whether you're blue or red or green like me. I'm a green. It affects all of us. Yes, it affects all of us. But we will be victorious in the end. Now, keep in mind, tarot does not tell me time length. I asked, ultimately, I asked what we had to look forward to in like 6 months, a year, 3 months. It doesn't really tell me in time. I mean, this could happen. It might take 2 years. It might take 3 months. I don't know. I've never been able to distinguish time in cards. But anyway, that's my reading. And have a good night. I'll talk to you later.